Hello, my lovelies, beautiful souls. Welcome to another TIRZA'S Tarot Tuesday. I'm Tirza Schaefer, the smiling goddess, and I've got some news for you. Yay! Apart from that, we're going to do our weekly reading, of course. I did mention that I was going to do a goddess course and a beginner's tarot course, like an introduction to tarot. I'll be doing that online. I'll be also doing that in person here and in German. So für alle Deutschen, sagt Bescheid, wenn ihr interessiert seid. Also, I've been experimenting on my dear friend Kim and Kim Eisman. She is, well, she was Usui Reiki level 2 healer, practitioner. And she is also an amazing tarot reader. She's my go-to when I need a reading. Affordable prices and totally spot on every time. And the first reading I had with her actually was about grief, something which was still deeply inside of me, and she was so brilliant. I mean, we went from tears to laughter to being serious, crying again, laughter, and it was all organic and natural, and I felt so safe and so loved and so held, that space that she held for me to open up and be vulnerable and express my grief. That was absolutely amazing. So I'm not hesitating to recommend her for once. Secondly, she is also the first Reiki master I initiated, because I'm in Germany and she's in the US. We've done it online. I know many people and organizations have a problem with that and they won't accept that. It's up to you, of course, but we felt it so strongly. It was such an amazing experience for both of us. Like I set up my altar, I love to have it all elaborate and stuff. If you've followed me for a while on social media, you would have seen pictures of my altars that I do for, magic workings and certain occasions, things like that. So it's my personal preference. It's totally not necessary. Don't feel like if you rather keep it clean and tidy or whatever, or not at all. You totally don't have to do that. It helps me focus very much. It helps me get into the mood as I'm preparing that. I really get into the zone, the energy start flowing, and every single item I put on there means something. Then I speak a blessing and put some energy into all of it, and before I actually start my ritual as such. So I've made a Reiki altar for the attunement, and then I spoke to Kim on Zoom, and she said she's already buzzing with energy and things. And I said, well, I've just set up my altar, and I sent her a messenger the photos, and she was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And so then I went back, and she just relaxed and everything. And so the way I do it, I've got my teddy bear on the chair, and that teddy bear is extremely personal to me, because I gave that to my grandmother when she was still alive but bedridden, and she said she missed me because at the time I was living in London, UK, so I wasn't home very often to see her. And I bought that on the plane for her to give to her. And I told her, I got you this, and my heart is in there. So, whenever you cuddle the teddy, you're holding me. And I always think of you and I always love you. So that's what we did. And I've taken it back after she died. And so it's in my bed ever since. Sleeping with it. And the hippo that my children gave me for Mother's Day last year, to celebrate my romance novel, The Hopping Hippos, the release. So that's a little bit of background excursion into that. Then, I did the whole attunement on that teddy bear. It felt so powerful. I mean, the energies were so strong, and it was like out of this world. So nobody can tell me that doesn't work. I'm sorry. You can disagree, of course, it's absolutely fine. And just really to have the connection, if you can, do it in person with somebody, but not everybody has that benefit and the opportunity to do so for various reasons. And I don't think that healing energy should be held back from anybody because of that. So that is my number one disclaimer. So that's also why I don't join any association in Germany, because they all, well, the ones I talked to and whose websites I read, they all ask of their members to commit to not doing distance attunements. You can do distance healings, but not distant attunements, according to them. And Germans are really sticklers for the rules and regulations and everything. And I just go by my gut feeling when it feels right and it doesn't hurt anyone. And, I've done it now. It worked really well. So I decided to go ahead with it, to also do courses now. And they're all going to come in the new year. I've got a couple of people already said who are already level 2 in Reiki, Usui Reiki, and they want to do the master's degree with me. So, if anybody else wants to join in, let me know. And just shoot me an email to the smiling goddess at gmail.com. And we can talk about it, or hit me up on social media if we're friends, connected, whatever, so let me know. And I will shortly announce the course outline for all the courses. And I've pretty much got the goddess one together already, the whole structure, and so I still have to do that for Reiki, and I'm in the middle of the tarot one as well. And then, of course, I have to create all the material as well. But one thing after the other. So as soon as I've got the proper structure, the outline of it all, and I know how much I'm investing for the platform to host the courses, because, there will be courses on the platform, so you can later on do self-study for some of them, obviously, not all parts, and then I will work that out with however much work I've put into that, and make it, to start with, I'm not going to charge so much, because you're going to be my first proper round of students, so you might want to jump in for the first round and get the early bird bonus. So as soon as it's up, I'll let you know. It'll be on my social media and my newsletter, and of course I will let you know here with the links in the info box. So that is all the admin stuff out of the way. So And let's get to the fun part. Well, that was fun as well because I'm really, really excited about this. And, doing all these classes here and having like goddess workshops and things like that in person with women. So I've decided to really make that a proper center, like a spiritual center for women. So it's called the Smiling Goddess Center. And it's for women, and there'll be lots of classes, one-off events and things, or like open drop-in things, whatever. And I'm doing that with a new friend that I made, a German one who doesn't live so far away, and she's really into all of that stuff as well. So we were really taken with each other, and we decided to, do some collab as well. And I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy you can hear. Yeah, I'm always smiling, but still. I'm so excited about this, and her name is Barbara. She's a vocal coach. She's a narrator. She used to do translations as well at a company, but corporate, who likes that? And she reads literature live in front of audiences, and so she will. I got a taster session from her. And it was bloody brilliant. I mean, she's like, when you're a writer and you've got a good editor and they'll pick up on the really fine points and fine tune all that. I'm so lucky I've got such an editor. Dana's edits, by the way. But also she's like that with your speech, with your intonation and how you bring something across and so on. So, really love that so much. So if anybody needs that, let me know. I'll get you in touch. She does German and English as well, so you can do either language. And she speaks Japanese, so just in case. And I think something else, but I have to ask again which language that was. But those are fluent that I know of. So I will write about her in detail in the future, but just in case, if you're really desperate for somebody and need to book somebody like in the near future, and I think she still has some available slots. So do let me know, and I'll hook you up. So. Oh, and last thing I wanted to say, they've put out a new Barbie doll for children, and it was in the stores on all the shelves in the US. I haven't checked yet. Because I've only heard about it today from my friend, and so I haven't had the opportunity to go into town and check in our toy store, if that is like worldwide or just in the US that they've done that. But there is printed the website of a porn website, okay? It's called wicked.com. That's a porn website, and it's that Wicked Barbie doll is supposed to be some character from the upcoming movie, whatever. And now that it's been like going through the media, and there was a big outcry, obviously. I mean, who wants that for their children? They've made an official statement and said, it was an unfortunate mistake, blah, blah, as if, yeah, right. And I've just seen an elephant fly over my roof, of course. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you, keep an eye out for that, and be careful with this, They're really doing it openly now, so look after your children. And you know me, I'm all for sexual liberation and freedom and all of that, but, adults, consenting adults, and that's it. It's got nothing to do with, and especially porn and things, there's no feeling in it. There's nothing that teaches you about what that does to you with your energy system, with your heart, with your emotions, with your entire body, really. you can't come back from that. So you have to learn to deal with that responsibly at some stage in your life, but not as a little child who's playing with Barbie dolls on a porn website. Thank you very much. No fucking way. So yeah. Anyway, had to say that, and so please, keep an eye out. If you see that in a store somewhere, check on the package. If you see that website on there or barcode that leads to it, ask to speak to the store manager and demand that they take it off the shelves. Yeah, because they usually don't know either. They just get the merchandise in, put it on the shelves, and that's all they do. They don't check every item and every small print on there, but yeah, we are vigilant, aren't we? Anyway, right. So let's see. Goddess of the week. I need to take a breath now after that subject, sorry. Okay. That feels good, yeah. Right, let's do this. Nyx. She is the Greek goddess of the night. There's not that much that we have, like in archaeological finds and things, that actually talk about her, but she is nonetheless very powerful. For those of you who like to read YA, young adult fantasy, the House of Night series, it's a vampire series, but with a serious twist to it, which I find so super interesting. And the authors, there's two of them, mother and daughter, who wrote that, and they use so much of Greek mythology, and mostly vampires are portrayed to be a matriarchal society, and so they've chosen Nyx as the goddess, the goddess or top goddess that they worship, and whose children they are, goddess of the night. So that is that was right up my alley, of course. Usually don't read that much fantasy, especially not young adult things, and that I really, really loved so much. So I've got that as paperbacks, and I've got it as audiobooks. Anyway, so you can also read about Nyx on my website, TIRZASchaefer.com/Nyx, or any other goddesses/goddesses. So that's really straightforward. I'm also going to start a new, well, I've just started with one, a new series with power animals. Just little quick guides like I've done with the tarot cards and the goddesses. So they will be embedded on the particular page of that animal on my website. So for example, I'm sending out today antelope, and so it'll be TIRZASchaefer.com/antelope, and then you can read all about it. It'll be at the bottom there, and it'll also be here on my YouTube channel. So yeah, many ways lead to Rome, or however you say that in English. That's we've got a German saying like that. So all roads lead to Rome, something like that. And yeah, we say many here. Anyway, so Nyx, goddess of the night, which is such a wonderful time now, because the days are getting shorter. It was dark outside at 4:45 in the afternoon, and I was like, oh my god. It's like, where's the sun? It was so nice and sunny today. I was outside today and, doing errands, running around doing errands and things. And it was sunny after we had a few days of rain and really dark, grey, miserable weather. And I was so happy, and I was like, I was in the car with my mom, and I was like, no, Mom, look, the sun is shining, yeah, and the colors are so bright, and I was so happy to see all that, And then, I don't know, by the time I got settled and organized everything in the house, and we had something to eat, I mean, it was like, oops, it's gone. Like the whole day. Yeah, so anyway, we are entering we're already in the era of the night, really. So the season where there's a lot of night, that also means take time to go within, reflect. Nyx is the mother of hypnos, sleep, and Thanatos, death, and the I've forgotten what she's called, but it's the goddess of the day. And they had a fight, so they're never there at the same time, really. That's the mythology behind it, which is really cute, but yeah. And yeah, even mother-daughter can have those kind of tiffs, can't they? Happens in the best families. But yeah, you find a way to work with each other and find the best space, loving container to coexist, and and even if you can't talk to each other properly, then maybe it's just enough to say, or send out love and say, I love you, so thinking of you, and you're still my heart. And that's the important thing, that you don't forget when you're having an argument with anybody that you love, that you still love them. So, and then you ask yourself, what would love do? Obviously still within healthy boundaries and all that on both sides, but yeah, don't let yourself get so upset about a difference in opinions that it overshadows everything else. So, just saying. And of course we have the Advent time, and so there's like all the Christmas lights are out in many parts of the world already, and soon we will have the Christmas market in town. Next week I think it's going to be out, and it's always very nice, romantic and cute, and it used to be really nice to go there with the kids, but by now, because our city is not so big, we tend to have more food and beverage huts rather than actual crafts anymore, which I think is really sad. Because the local craft market wasn't so great to begin with, but those that they were really good and very kind, nice people, and I've always loved to buy something from them to support them, local artists and the creatives. And yeah, there isn't really much there around anymore, so it's sad. Very sad. So if you're thinking about getting a present which you haven't got already, maybe you want to think about getting something local rather than ordering from Amazon, in case you can find that at a local store. And it's what the person would like, obviously, but if you have that choice, go local. creates jobs and boosts the economy as well. Anyway, let's see what the cards say, okay? Right. Oh, had them. Judgment. I don't do upside down cards. I must have put them wrong in there. Yeah. Okay. So we've got Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, King of Pentacles, and Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So the first two are major arcana. That means, you know, they're like heavy impact cards. Judgment is about really taking stock of looking at everything and, you know, as life goes on and you want to sort out, like the Wheel of Fortune is like you always, sometimes you go up, sometimes you're down, and it goes on, the cycle of life, and, you know, rebirth, reincarnation, birth, death, and, you know, that sort of thing. And you will really want to take stock of your life and have a look and reflect and see what is still there, because there's a lot there, which is wonderful. And you've achieved so many things. I know sometimes this year, a lot of us had the experience like you kind of had to hold on to your seats, like otherwise you'd get thrown out, because it was such a roller coaster, wild ride at times. Exciting. Many good things came of it, actually. So a lot of things, obviously not everything, but you know, once the initial shock and upheaval and everything, kind of the dust has settled, and you realize, oh my God, you know, how cool is that? So that's one thing. So be really careful. Take your time with that, okay? Don't rush into that kind of decision making. Take your time, go really deep. You can do some divination, you know, if that's something that you do, like, I don't know, pendulum, oracle cards, tarot cards, scrying, not crying, scrying, for those. It's like you stare into a crystal ball or a bowl of water or a black mirror or something, and then, or into smoke from a fire or an incense stick or something, and then, you know, kind of let your eyes get out of focus and then see what comes up. So that takes some practice, but, you know, if you're into that, try that. It can be really revealing at times. Yeah, then we have the King of Pentacles, and that's like, take stock. Like, you've achieved so much, you can really sit back and go like, yeah, look at that, I'm proud of myself. And you know, let me show you first of all here the Judgment card. It's a much happier card than you actually have in the Rider-Waite. So people are not, you know, people are rising from their graves there, but this is like really like, okay, you know, we're in touch with spirit now. There's a connection. How are we gonna go forward? You know, and like blowing the horn also means like that's a wake-up call. In more ways than one. It's not just like dead people rise from their graves, but it's really like about something within you has to die, and that's like, okay, let the real you come forth, come out, so you can decide where you are at in your life, where you want to go, where you want to be, who you want to be. Okay, this is about authenticity as well, about karma, maybe also about past lives, but, you know, mainly for the purpose of a weekly reading, you know, that is really like what goes around comes around. But it looks really good because the King of Pentacles is the one who is happy. There's abundance, there's a sense of real satisfaction, and it's all that earthy success quality with business, with and anything material, really. Okay, and also with like authority, and you're stepping into your power and you're manifesting things. It's not just in your head space or your heart space or something, but things have really happened, things have really changed and manifested, and that's a good thing. So be happy, be grateful, all of that. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is such a beautiful card, and that is really the pure energy of the earth element, but it also means there's like that's undiluted manifestation magic, really, if you want to call it that. And you can create from there, because you found your authority, your inner authority figure now, and you have evidence, physical, tangible evidence that this works, whatever you've been doing. So now you can take the next step and really go forth and create, not just by experiment, but really with focus and conviction. And the power that lies behind conviction is, it's not to be underestimated, because the more confident you are about your own power, the more you can unleash it and focus it and use it, because then you don't block it so much anymore with self-doubts and like, oh, little me, I can't do that, and it just happens for others, but never me, and so on. You know what I mean. A lot of us have been through that for some longer periods of time, like myself. Yeah, but we all have our own speed and our own path to walk, and so it's coming now. So kind of smelled blood, and it's like, oh wow, this is working. I can really do this, and now go and work it. Decide, what you want to do. Bring something into being. So for me, it's this week I'm going to be working on my course outlines for next year. And then once I've got the outlines, I'm going to fill it with material, of course. And, however many videos there have to be, PDFs, other texts, and obviously there'll be live calls included as well. So, yeah. That is a really beautiful week ahead. It's wonderful. I absolutely love it. And and because we have nighttime soon in the northern hemisphere, like really early, and the days are so short, that invites us to slow down, go within, and really hone in on what it is we want, what it is we really want to manifest. There's no more time wasting, but time taking, okay? It's not rushed. You take the time that you need to really go within, connect, and listen to your intuition, to your inner guidance. Once you have that, then you can take aligned action from a place of power and not from mindless hustling, just because you think if you don't work 50 hours a day, you're not good enough or you'll never make it. So that is really a beautiful reading. Keep that in mind, keep that in your heart. Keep love in your heart, please. And protect the children. Don't forget that. Okay, they're the most precious thing we have. They're our future. They're innocent. and they need us to step up for them. Okay? So much love to you. And I'll put all the links in the text box below the video. And then you can, if you want to know about my courses, please sign up on my website. You can go on any page, it's in the header, so you can go to the header and you can choose. There's 2 newsletters, so make sure you click just the one, because they're both ticked by default, so you might want to uncheck one of them if you don't want, maybe you don't want the romance, or you don't want the smiley one, the spiritual newsletter. So do that, TIRZASchaefer.com. Just go on there, and I invite you to browse, because it is so full of free, valuable information that I've collected and put together and written up over the years. Also sharing my personal gnosis, my experiences, that I had, like channeling power animals, goddesses, and whatever. So, and it's growing continuously as and when I can, and things happen, and then I write something else and I put it on there as well. So you really will want to check that out, and that's the free version. Okay, so don't think because all the goddesses are there, you've got it all or something. There's a lot more to come. So when for the goddess courses, and it goes a lot deeper. So that is something that from my own experience and my own practice, I can tell you is not to be underestimated, because it is so empowering when you go really deep and work with those archetypes. Excuse me. Anyway, have a beautiful week. Love you. Mwah.